Audio Bibles are extremely important in many places in the world, mostly because there are still a lot of non-readers.
The truth is, 4 billion people, which is a majority of the world population, live in oral cultures.
In India today, there are 1,652 languages that are spoken. Now, out of the 1,600 or so languages, only 200 have the entire Bible, the New Testament, or a portion of the New Testament even translated. That's a staggering number in itself, but 60% of India, that's over 650 million people, do not read. So even if you were to do all this work and get the Bible in print, it will remain in warehouses because nobody reads it. And so we come in, we try to find readers for these languages.
Typically in a matter of months, we can record God's Word, prepare it for the format for the players, load the players, and be ready to distribute.
I mean, we spend lots and lots of hours actually sitting in the recording studio, working with readers, recording verse after verse after verse. But when you actually get out there and you hand out the audio Bibles, it makes it all worth it.
This player is the most versatile player we're using right now. What's great about it is it's so small, it's very, very durable. It has a built-in speaker that can also connect to a PA system. It's got a solar panel on the back that charges the battery. The navigation is very simple to use to navigate between books and chapters and verses. The other amazing thing about this player is it can hold up to 320 hours of content.
What makes ASM unique is the sense that we essentially are helping people, mostly non-literate from oral communities, for the very first time hear God speak to them in their heart language.
1.5 million people speak the Sena language, and they've never had access to God's Word because the vast majority are non-readers. And even though the Bible has been written, there's very few copies of it around. So when we did the first audio Bible distribution, it was amazing to see how people's eyes lit up when they heard God's Word for the first time. One lady's response was just fantastic, and I think it sums up what a lot of people feel the first time they hear God's Word. She got one of these audio Bibles, she took it home, she listened to it with her husband, who was a non-Christian, and listened to it almost all night long. They were just so excited to hear what it had to say. The next day she came back, she said, "My heart is pounding in my chest." She said, "I've never heard these things before."
We've had the opportunity to work with a missionary in Chicago, working in the inner city with all kinds of people groups. That's really opened my eyes to the need for God's Word all around America. America is a melting pot of so many different cultures, and there's great opportunities right here to share God's Word in audio.
We just never know the kind of impact it does, but in these oral communities, one of the most beautiful things that we see is the memorization that happens because God's Word takes root in people's hearts. It becomes a part of their life.
The heart of it is getting God's Word to the people that really need to hear.
I try to explain, you don't have to be anybody special, you don't have to be part of a big church, you don't have to have lots of experience at this. All you have to do is have the vision to bring God's Word to where it's needed. We're here to help support your own projects, your own mission opportunities.
There's something about God's Word, something as simple as God's Word, that can really impact people.
When you bring people God's Word in a form they can access, they're going to be listening long after you go home.
In India, wherever we go, the comment we hear most often is this. They say, "We worship many gods, but this God speaks my language."